I regret to say that in the year that has passed, the situation has continued to deteriorate. Since 2006, more than 22,700 people have been murdered in Mexico by narco-terrorists in the ongoing war between the cartels and the government. That number comes from a Mexican government study. It is a multiple, 22,700, of the number of Americans killed in the wars in Iraq and Afghanistan since 2001. The pace of the murders, unfortunately, has been steadily escalating. 9,635 in 2009, an increase of 50% over the already unprecedented level in 2008, and 3 times the 2,837 killed in 2007, Mexican President Felipe Calderón's first year in office. These statistics are of grave and great concern to the United States, as they are to Mexico and its strong and courageous president. I greatly admire his unwavering commitment to rid his country of the plague of narco-terrorism. In the past year, the Mexican government has arrested or killed literally scores of leading cartel figures, including Arturo Beltrán Leiva, known as the boss of bosses, in December. But as cartel leaders are taken out, the violence seems to increase as the cartels fight amongst themselves for the remaining pieces of narco trade. The obvious fact is that we've got to do everything in our power to support our southern neighbors in the historic battle they are currently waging against the cartels. And we've got to be vigilant on the American side of the border, because there are deeply troubling signs that the cartels and other smuggling groups are becoming more willing to bring their violence across the border and inflict it on American citizens. In the past month alone, as you know, 3 separate incidents have drawn our attention, concern, and anger. A pregnant U.S. consulate employee, her husband, and the Mexican husband of another consulate employee were all gunned down in Juarez as they left a children's party. The U.S. consulate in Nuevo Laredo was attacked with an IED, an improvised explosive device. That's a term we normally hear used with regard to the terrorist attacks against us and our allies in Iraq and Afghanistan. And, of course, a well-known and much respected and beloved rancher in Arizona was murdered on his own property. All this follows the murder of an off-duty Border Patrol agent last year. So the bottom line before our committee today is, what can the federal, state, and local governments do together to control violence in Mexico, on the border between the U.S. and Mexico, and violence and other illegal behavior that will flow over the border into our country.